Well,
Yeah, what was that?
so we got done recording our podcast. It'll be up later, sometime next week. But we decided, Firefly Inferno match sounds
Interesting.
intriguing. Those are some words to use to describe what the fuck that was.
So,
Randy Orton and the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
when they were actually, wrestling a match, it was actually not bad.
Before or after the fire?
Both. But the aftermath, don't know what to think.
I kind of, just talking about it, I kind of like the presentation of the fire, though. Like, the way they set it up, kind of emphasized the whole arena. So
Yeah, that was cool. And, the spiral flames in the middle of the TV screens thing was pretty cool. The part when the flames actually came up because Bray Wyatt pulled an inner cane.
They made Bray light the flames or whatever with his magic powers.
Which was after Orton decided to go out of the ring for the first time because they were fighting with no flames for a little while.
I was a little confused what the fuck they were doing here, though.
Yeah, because I didn't know if it was supposed to be like the Cena Firefly Funhouse match.
Which I'm glad it wasn't.
If they would have thrown up an RNN report, I would have marked out for that.
Okay, the Randy Orton News Network. What the fuck am I doing here?
That would have been funny. I would have given them credit on that.
I mean, I like it better than the other two matches they had. I'll take that.
Yeah, no, definitely. They did some creative spots. They had Bray Wyatt throw back to certain things in different feuds.
And they also did some spots that only work in this non-fan era because a lot of what they do, the over-the-top stuff, would not be able to be done in front of a live crowd.
True, Bray Wyatt grabs the strap under the ring and starts beating Orton with it like he did with Daniel Bryan at the Rumble a year ago. Then he sets one on fire and attempts to hit Orton with it, and it doesn't work.
The Rumble match was insane.
That was insane. Orton at one point in time had an axe handle, and Bray Wyatt had a pickaxe, which Orton used to burn down the house that Sister Abigail was in.
And to that point, when I was looking up before we started recording this after watching it, Bray's been on Twitter all week posting, it's going to come full circle, it's going to come full circle, it's going to come full circle. So it makes sense that they did all these callbacks to previous things.
Bray Wyatt did his whole "I'm gonna break your neck" spot that he did to Finn Balor when he first debuted the Fiend character at SummerSlam.
I still hated that spot. I don't like the.
No, because if a real person did it, they'd be dead.
No, just fucking. Well, I mean, it's also a chiropractic technique if you do it right.
Yeah, definitely.
But when people usually do it, like, I'm gonna kill you.
Then Bray Wyatt had his rocking chair and he tried to set Orton aflame and
cinematic spot pre-tape number 1. Just the camera angle they used to shoot it tells you that it was a pre-tape.
So Orton dodged it. He didn't die.
I mean, they could have set him on fire like they did Bray, because they had Bray on fire, running around.
Yeah, so then there's this one point where they're essentially fighting right at the flames. And Bray's going to throw Orton in it. He's going to throw him in it. He's going to throw him in it. Orton spins around and literally throws Bray in there. So Bray's jacket is aflame along with his pants.
So I'm assuming that's the end of the match, because there was no bell to end the match.
That is the end of the match, quote unquote. So then he's chasing Orton.
But you don't want to talk about the DDT spot?
Well, he did the DDT spot on the outside of the ring. That was cool, too.
The slapback DDT spot that led to the RKO miss, that led to the whole part you just explained with the mandible claw.
But anyways, so they're in the ring.
Burning.
He's chasing Orton on fire into the ring, and Orton just hits an RKO on a guy who's aflame.
And then, greatest move of all time, because he's dead for the next 5 minutes.
So then, Bray's attire is now not on fire anymore.
No, it goes out pretty much the moment he gets RKO'd.
Orton literally walks up to him and looks at him.
Dude, you okay?
Orton does a little foot kick to him, like, are you dead?
You good, bro? You good?
You alive?
You good?
You live?
Nah, he no live.
And then Orton goes outside.
Well, then he kicks him over.
Yeah, kicks him over. Then Orton goes outside the ring, grabs the gas can that Bray used for the fucking chair, grabs a match, pours this gasoline all over Bray's body, and sets the match on fire. And he's looking at the match, and he's looking at it for like a good 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, he lets it burn like all the way down to almost the end.
And then he throws it on Bray Wyatt.
And up go, boom goes the dynamite.
And then end scene.
Orton gets out of the ring and does the whole.
He does his pose.
He does his pose in front of the fire as the dummy burns.
As the fucking pyrotechnics guy is just pushing the button. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the only part, like, out of the whole prison. It's like, oh shit, he burned the Fiend to a crisp and all this shit, and like, Fiend's dead. And the pyro guy's like, that seems like a good happy moment. Let's just pound this fire and make it work.
Exactly. But it was a very unique situation. We're not gonna rate this particular match.
I mean, you can't really rate it. It was a spectacle, though, I'll say that. Like, if this would have been, say, go back to their old feud, and if they would have had, like, this going on then, they made this the Mania match.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
It's really interesting to see where the character would have gone, or is going to go next.
You can't say would have. It's coming back.
I would have been okay seeing, like, what they did with Cena, though. Just throwbacks to Orton's past, because you could have brought, like, Ted DiBiase Jr. in.
Oh, they can do that at WrestleMania.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But you can bring, like, Ted DiBiase Jr. back. You could technically bring that Manu guy back, too.
Where's Cody? I don't know. Some t-shirt company.
Yeah, exactly. You can bring Ted back for it. Technically, you could bring back a couple of the legends that he RKO'd, like Sergeant Slaughter. You can bring back Stacy Keibler.
Ric Flair.
Yeah. You could bring back RVD. And
hey, to be fair, at the time of the RVD thing, he wasn't a legend.
Goldberg.
Since
Goldberg was on Orton's shirt.
Can't believe Goldberg fucking crushed the Fiend, and then we get this.
2020 is a weird fucking time.
But back to the point of this thing. Given what we knew about their history, I was not expecting this to be good.
Yeah.
In any capacity at all. But I actually really enjoyed it, and it worked. And it was short. It was short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah, it was literally like probably 10, 15 minutes.
If you put the whole thing together, it's probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe 20 if the entrance.
That's not bad.
There is such a thing as short but sweet. Or crispy.
This one was crispy.
What's the fucking Ralph Wiggum line from The Simpsons? Tastes like burning.
Yeah, exactly.
Or smells like burning.
This one smells like burning.
It smells like burning.
So it's going to be interesting to see when the Fiend comes back.
Depends on if they're going to keep this going with Orton and Wyatt for Mania, or if they're going to do Orton and Edge like they keep talking about.
And it also is going to be interesting to see when Alexa Bliss comes back, what she has to do with this as well.
So remember, Orton's the bad guy.
Yeah, Orton is the bad guy.
You can't set somebody on fire and say they're a face.
Well, and I mean,
to be fair, he already won the match, so the additional burning was definitely heel.
This is top 3 worst things Orton's did in his career, WWE landscape wise. I mean,
in the story arc of his wrestling career, literally burning a man alive in the ring has got to be the worst thing he's ever done.
The only one that comes close is the burning Taker in the casket.
No, Taker came back.
Doesn't matter.
There's a difference though. He burned Taker, but he burned Taker in the you don't actually see a physical, quote unquote physical corpse of Taker getting burned alive.
True.
RKOing Stephanie McMahon and making out kissing her afterwards was kind of fucked up.
It was fucked up, but at least that made sense for the story.
Yeah, the Undertaker thing and this. Like, here's a sadistic motherfucker punting people in the head, giving them CTE and shit, but physically burning people in the ring.
Holy fuck. It's hard to really think about what you want to say about this.
I don't know, it's official. The RKO put a demon down for 5 minutes long enough to get burned alive. So the RKO is officially the most devastating move in all of wrestling. Fuck the surprise roll-up.
And it's gonna be that's gonna be one of the top 3 RKOs you talk about now.
Well, who the fuck you RKO somebody who's on fire and he's just dead?
You'll talk about this one, along with the one with Rollins at Mania and the one with Evan Bourne on Raw.
Fucking shooting star press in the RKO.
Those will be the 3 RKOs you talk about from now on.
I mean, like, this one, overall, the idea is a basic RKO. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Put the dude's on fire.
Exactly. That's almost as good as the RKO Panda meme years ago.
Dude, any of those memes, all the GIFs made of RKOs on there, people falling, this is Randy Orton scoops in. But anyways, that's what I got. That was one of the best WWE related things I've watched in a while.
Yeah, it's better than Eye for an Eye or anything. So
it's better than Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black getting physically murdered in the Money in the Bank match and being back on TV the next night.
I agree. We just have to see, I guess, where the Fiend character goes.
But it would also make sense that even the Fiend character being the character that he is, he could literally be burned alive and come back.
He'll come back stronger.
He's Frieza, man. He's going to come back in his final form. And by final form, I mean his golden form from Super, not his actual final form from Dragon Ball Z.
Well, and to be fair, you can still have technically Bray Wyatt, Mr. Rogers Wyatt on Raw tomorrow.
Hey, and we already know Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt's still alive because Bray Wyatt was on Twitter immediately after getting burned alive.
Facts.
Thanking Orton, but that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, same here.
It's pretty damn good, though. This is a short and sweet review of one WWE match because we felt like it. Peace.
Peace.